All right. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode on Keeping It Real with Credit live session. I'm sorry for the echo here as we're in Keeping It Real with Credit HQ. Can't really show you too much. No, I'm just kidding. We're just obviously with the build out of the new studio podcast and some other goodies that we're introducing here into the program for you guys. So go ahead and better educate you. Looking forward to introducing you guys to everybody else we got lined up to be able to introduce you guys to more knowledge on credit, on how you guys can be better educated, right? Better prepared. And that kind of leads me on to something I want to touch on really quickly. Don't want to give out too much information, but happy to say that we was able to help out one of our clients. I was able to put him in touch with an attorney, a consumer attorney out in North Carolina, on a summons that he got regarding a collections or actually a credit card that was never actually appearing on his credit report. He wasn't aware of it, and if anything, if he was, this was so long ago that they're just suing him as of 2 weeks ago or whatnot. The attorney is able to help him out with that case, but regardless of the fact, one of the things that really got me fired up and reminded me as to why I'm doing this in the first place, right? Why I'm doing this in the first place is the summon, when he got served the paperwork, it was a stack of paperwork. According to him, it wasn't in no envelope. The presentation was pretty crappy, and they put in a bunch of paperwork, and after the attorney reviewed it, he found that there was a lot of lack of information as far as the how that information was passed on from one collection agency to another. They weren't even able to present a agreement with his signature on it, physically or electronically, and that really rubbed me the wrong way to go ahead and just imagine how many people out there are really nowadays being taken advantage of. See, a lot of these collection agencies or banks even are taking advantage of the idea that the average person, that the average consumer doesn't know their consumer rights or doesn't know what to look for. And so if this was another person that would have gotten this paperwork, they would have probably fell into the trap. They would have fell into the trap and assumed that, oh, I got to pay this this debt. And it found that, so the attorney's going to go ahead and take care of it. There's a lot of loopholes, a lot of lack of information when it comes to that. And ultimately, that's going to go ahead and get settled. So another win for us within the program here, and just something that we can go ahead and learn about. So we'll be in touch. You know who I'm talking about. We'll be in touch soon to see if we can go ahead and develop a video out here. And Todd from North Carolina, I'll go ahead and put your information in the description below, or maybe on another video to go ahead and promote you out there, because I really do appreciate you helping one of my clients out. And at the end of the day, we just got to be better educated here when it comes to that. So, all right, guys. So just to go ahead and kick things off, obviously, since the last video, we've been able to help a lot of people out. And if you have any questions at all about your credit, if you want to find out what are the options you have with your credit, whether you're looking to buy your next home, whether you're looking to buy your next car, make a big purchase, or just to have a better credit just overall, right? Come on down and schedule your free credit evaluation. In the description below, you're going to go ahead and see a link on there that's going to go ahead and kind of prompt you to put in your information, and it's going to trigger you to set up an appointment with me or my team directly. So schedule your appointment on there. We'll be sure to give you a call and give you all the information. And what you take away is something fantastic. You take away a full credit analysis, right? You are going to be required, right? Just as an upfront, you're going to be required to sign up for a credit monitoring system, which I will email you over. So you're going to be signed up for a credit monitoring system. Once you're finished up with that, we'll be able to draw the information from there and put it together in this nice packaged analysis that's going to break down and cut it straight to the point. All the information that are affecting your credit, all the factors affecting your credit, the plan of attack, and some valuable credit information. So whether you do business with us or not, you're taking away something physical, something you can read and study, share with family and friends, and have finally a plan of attack that you can go ahead and execute, or have us execute for you to go ahead and make that happen, right? So take advantage of that free credit evaluation in the description below. Again, make sure to click on that first link. That link, go ahead and submit your information, schedule your appointment ASAP, and we'll be sure to contact you and ask for me. And in some of the cases, I pretty much do all the evaluations for you guys if my team has their hand full. But please do so. I don't mind doing it because I truly love what I do. So let's go ahead and take care of some of these questions as they come in. And I do have some questions over here that some of you guys asked and previously when I announced it. So thank you guys for participating on such a last minute notice. But just as a heads up, we'll be back on schedule live every Wednesday. I'm looking maybe around 12 or 1 p.m. or whatnot every Wednesday. So around maybe on a Friday or a Monday, I'll go ahead and post that announcement so you guys can drop your question right here in the community section of YouTube. I'll write them down and I'll make sure to answer them, and we'll take care of some of the questions on here. So Marcy Evelyn, thanks for all the good info. Marcy, thank you very much for the love and support and for tuning in. Abraham Basilio, I'm about to buy a home, applying for an FHA loan, and I have a remark on my credit from a creditor. I tried calling the 3 bureaus, yet it hasn't been removed, and FHA will not approve me. What can I do? Obviously, a lot of the information might not even work when you go ahead and call them. We have to be more aggressive. Send something in writing in black and white so it's documented, right? Certified mail and all that good stuff. So Abraham, I'm not sure what the comment says, and I don't like guessing when it comes to people's credit. So I would encourage you to go ahead and click the link in the description below. So go ahead and schedule your free credit evaluation, and I'll see to it to review your credit report, see what options we have so that you could go ahead and get approved for your home loan on there. Marcy Evelyn, where are we located? We are located in Miami, Florida. We're located in Miami, Florida. You know, the great sunny Miami, Florida. And I'll give you guys a tour of actually what's around us and stuff like that. But we're around the area of the Miami Design District. You can go ahead and look it up down in downtown Miami area. But we do service nationwide. So we have clients from all over. A lot of love to you guys in California. I know you guys love watching my videos and love calling in. So I love helping you guys out. But other than that, we have clients from all over the place. So again, thank you guys for the support. Mo Cruz, what sets you apart from Buildworth and any other? They've taken a lot of money. Mo, when it comes to credit restoration services in all companies, I want to go ahead and establish that all companies, when it comes to, they're all different in nature, from the people that are working there to the culture and everything else. The process of credit restoration is pretty much in a nutshell the same, right? But there's always differences in opinions and strategies and the way that you approach and how to help the client out or whatnot. But other than that, I mean, there really isn't a difference. They're able to help people out just like we are. And other than that, I mean, feel free to go ahead and compare, call us, and make sure to have that information on here. So again, we're in it to help you guys out. So if you guys are interested in a free credit evaluation, click on the link in the description below. Do you have a team in AZ or Arizona? Oscar, not at the moment right now. Again, we're located in Miami, Florida, and we're able to help everybody nationwide. So I think that's what you guys are asking for. And again, look, I completely understand when it comes to credit, we have to be very sensitive, right, to the information that we're dealing with, obviously given the nature, right, of the information that we're dealing with. So let me give you guys a few things of what you guys can expect if you guys join the program with us here with Keeping It Real. Once you get the evaluation, if you like what you hear, not only do you take home an analysis, right, something physical, something you could read and you could study to have a better understanding as to what is really going on in your credit and how it is affecting your credit when it comes to that. But once you're in the program, you're going to have access to an online portal. In that portal, you'll be able to log in 24/7 and see exactly what my team is here doing for you. Everything. You're going to see the notes. You're going to see how many letters are on standby. And as a matter of fact, I made it a priority that the moment you click, the moment we go ahead and print out your letters to go ahead and pack and ship them out, you get a notification to your email saying that your letters are already printed, ready to go. And these are all of the accounts that are included that we're going to go ahead and tack for you. So I made it a priority to add several layers of transparency. That way you guys are fully aware of what's going on. So you'll be able to log into that portal 24/7 and see exactly what we're doing for you. Everything we send out is by certified mail, return receipt. We have the mailman coming in every week, picking up, dropping off letters out here for us. And so if you guys need a tracking number to make sure something got sent and received towards destination, you're more than welcome to. Also, it's required to have credit monitoring. And in this credit monitoring, you're going to have alerts. Your scores are going to fluctuate, right? And so that also adds a level of transparency to the program that we're going to go ahead and use. But our systems integrate with that. So any alerts or any things that happen, go ahead and update with your portal automatically, and then you'll be fully aware. So there's no question as to what's going on. And our team communicates with you religiously every 15 to 30 days to not only make sure you don't have any questions, but to also make sure that you're receiving the correspondences, because obviously we're going to need that in order to study that to be able to move forward, all right? So hopefully that answers your questions. We're in Miami, Florida, looking to expand in the long run, and I can't wait to show you some of the things that we have in store with new programs that we want to go ahead and initiate as part of Keeping It Real, something that I don't think nobody has ever done. So stay tuned for that when it comes to that. But other than that, we're able to help anybody in the U.S. When it comes to the credit, all right? So let me go ahead. I see some of the questions coming in. And again, guys, make sure, if I don't answer your questions now, make sure to schedule your evaluation in the link in the description below so I could go ahead and give you tailored, accurate information based on what's going on with your credit. Joe Maldonado, what if I'm currently with another credit repair company? Joe, that's pretty much up to you. If they're doing some great work, go ahead and stay with them, stick with them. Everybody develops a plan. They put a plan in place. I'm sure they've strategized that correctly. But other than that, it's really up to you who you want to go ahead and stay with and trust. A critical thinker says, thank you for commenting. A medical billing company in your area charged the wrong insurance company 3 years ago, wasn't paid due to the fact, and now they have it on my credit. Interesting. What I would go ahead and do, critical thinker, I would go ahead and see if you can go ahead and see if you can get an itemized bill, both from your insurance company and the medical facility, right, that actually did the services and charged them up there, and see what you could go ahead and compare and call them out to that. Also, you're more than welcome to go ahead and take it a step further and make complaints over to the FTC or the CFPB, and they'll be able to go ahead and take that information and forward it to the corresponding offices or officials. They'll be able to get an answer there for you. But obviously, I have a few clients that's happened to. We're actually doing the work here on their behalf when it comes to that. And so I'm looking forward to see what we're getting, what results we're getting on a response. And we'll go from there, all right? And again, if you have any questions, I'll be more than happy to take a look more in detail as to what's going on with you. Schedule with the link in the description. Caitlin Carrera, I look forward to speaking to you next Tuesday regarding my credit, California. Caitlin, thank you so much. I do remember seeing that name here in my scheduler, so I look forward to speaking to you as well, and hopefully we can make some great things happen for you. Ed Cuevas, I opened a new credit card, and my credit report dropped like 30 points. Why? Ed Cuevas. So when it comes to that, so the second biggest factor in your credit is the availability of credit, right? So when you apply for a credit card and you get approved and it hits your credit report finally, what really happens is that should increase your score, right? Because you're starting in a surplus of credit as opposed to applying for a personal loan where by the time it hits your credit, it's already, you're starting off owing money, right? I guarantee you it has to be for other several factors. Maybe a collection just got added, maybe a charge off, maybe a late payment just got added, maybe something in the comments changed over. I'd love to go ahead and take a look. Maybe one of your other credit cards maybe have been over the 30% threshold or whatnot. But other than that, Ed, really hard to say without the report here in front of me. And again, I'd love to be able to give you the information and educate you a little bit on why that's going on by scheduling your evaluation with the link in the description, all right? A critical thinker, once again, what's up, man? They have been told they are breaking the Florida no bill law, yet bounce it around to collection agencies. That's even more of a reason why we should go ahead and forward that to the FTC, the CFPB, maybe even file a complaint with your state attorney general's office to go ahead, because if there is a law that pertains to that, the state attorney general's office will be able to crack down also with the CFPB. All right, so make sure you make that happen. If not, give us a call and we'll be able to work it out here for you. Cruz, I'm not sure what you said there. Reach an old account, is that disputable? So, excuse me, re-age, I believe. Yeah, I'm sorry about that, Mo. Re-age an old account, is that disputable? Absolutely it is. Even if it now belongs to a new debt buyer, new debt collection agency, that doesn't change the fact or the idea that that account in itself is old, right? So that definitely is disputable, obviously through the investigative process. So the right letter kicked off to both the bureaus and the collection agency at the same time will be able to take care of that. But again, really pertains on details, the verbiage that you're using, and many other factors. Mo, make sure to go ahead and schedule your evaluation here with us to be able to let you know what can be done. Rael Atara, how much of a benefit do you see from using a credit card to build or raise your credit score? I pay it all off by the due date each month to avoid extra fees and interest is added on. That credit cards, it is a great tool to go ahead and increase your score. And I see that you say that you're paying it by the due date. So as I said in other videos, and if you guys like, I can go ahead and make another video regarding a strategy that I've been able to use with credit cards that I've had, especially in the past and now as well, is when it comes to a credit card and really having control as to how it impacts your credit score, you want to go ahead and find out where the due date is and when the report date is, or end of cycle date. You can find this out by two ways. In your credit card statement, when you get it, that date that it says on the top and when it was generated, that is your end of cycle date. But I would take it a step further and still call the bank and say, hey, when is my end of cycle date, or when do you guys report to the credit bureaus? Typically, it's around 4 to 5 days. On my Capital One card, my due date is on the 1st and the report date is on the 5th. So what I do is on the 1st, I pay my balance out in full, and I don't use that card until after report, so meaning the 6th of the month, because it's already reported a zero balance. Whatever happens after that day, the credit bureaus will not know. You can go ahead and max it out all you want. I don't recommend it, but you can max it out all you want, and then you could go ahead and play that game once your due date comes out again, because now you're in control as to what balance reports to the credit bureaus. And at the same time, you're using the card throughout the month, not passing the 30% threshold, right? So whatever the limit is, divide by 3, never pass that. And as long as you're able to pay those amounts in full, you're good. And also, credit cards are known that if you're able to pay the balances in full, you're not going to get charged interest, right? And so don't see it as a bill. See it as something like a transfer. There's no difference than from you transfer from a checking to a savings than from a checking to a credit card, because it's available right away. You're not losing the money. It's just now available in credit. You just transferred that money over. So something to think about when it comes to that, especially if you're looking to increase your score. He also said, I try to keep my usage within 30% or lower sometimes. I go over the 30%, maybe 40 or 45. So as long as you're at 30% or lower, by the date it reports, you're good. If anything, if you feel that you need to use more, hold off on that credit card until the day after it reports. Again, because the credit bureaus will not know what's going on. Marcy Evelyn, you're welcome. Hold on, I'm trying to go through the questions here. They're going out pretty fast. Here we go. Hold on, I kind of lost it there. Here we go. Coming back up. Here we go. So you're welcome. I'll schedule an in-person with you at the beginning of 2020. Marcy, I'll be expecting that. Looking forward to that. Oscar Rios, thank you. You're welcome, man. A critical thinker. Rebuilding can get unsecured cards for more than $1,000. However, using the shopping cart trick, I've been able to obtain a store cards ranging from $200 to $3,500. Should I lean on a store cards? I don't like store cards. I've heard of that store cards trick. Very effective, but I do not like store cards. I like cards, general cards, right? That are not specifically used for that store. So I like to have more of a freedom where I'm able to go anywhere with that one particular card, as long as it has some sort of cash backs, rewards, miles, and things like that, where I can get a little bit more for every dollar I spend on there. All right. Was looking to get a second credit card to help credit score too. Go ahead and do it. Again, make sure you spend it wisely and intelligently. Here we go here. Michelle Smith. Hey, how you doing, Michelle? Casey Evans. I work late and it's hard getting in contact with your team. Casey, make the appointment, make the evaluation, and we'll go ahead and I'll go ahead and talk to you. I sometimes stay out late helping my processing team go ahead and generate some letters and stuff out here. So regardless of the fact, go ahead and schedule your evaluation. I'll make sure to go ahead and take care of you. Let me see here. Kaya Navarro, we have to pay the collection companies. Okay, yeah, so first things first is disclaimer. I never say if you able to pay your debts and take care of them with the original creditor, please do so. If you're able to, please do so. It's when things go off to a collection agencies where things get a little bit dicey. Now, one thing to think about when it comes to strategizing and paying our debts, especially when it comes to a collection agency, first things first is that we have to understand how the banks and the credit bureaus are taking this information. The banks of today that are lending you the money to buy your car, to buy your home, they're using older FICO scoring models. They're not using the FICO scoring models that you guys have access to when you buy into these credit monitoring systems. They're using older FICO scoring models that are factoring in or calculating a collection, whether it's paid or not, as negative. So if you paid, it's bad, and if you don't pay it, it's still bad. So I guess if it's bad anyways, then let's develop a strategy or process, just like a company would. Hey, collection agency, before I pay you this money, before I give you my account number, there's a process just to keep it fair between me and you. I want to see the information that you have on me. I want you to prove to me that I owe you this debt. Send me the agreement, the contract with my signature on it, a description of product or services that you feel that I've rendered from you. And once I receive it, I'll go ahead and review it, and I'll respond back to you accordingly. At this moment, please respectfully do not call me anymore. We'll be responding back and forth through letter. And no, I'm not going to confirm or verify my name or birth or date of birth or social security number, because I've never contracted you with in the first place. But whatever you see on the screen there, whatever address you see on the screen, send me correspondences to that address. If I receive it, I'll respond back to you accordingly. If I don't, then you obviously got the wrong person. See how that worked? So again, you're not going ahead and divulging information that you don't need to. But again, if they send the information, go ahead and have it. And if they can't have it, it should get removed from the credit report once you initiate a dispute. And me personally, I wouldn't pay anybody that can't prove to me within a reasonable time frame and documentation that I owe them the debt, right? That's only fair. So something to keep in mind. And again, if you have any more questions regarding how to deal with a debt collector, please let me know. And again, schedule with the description, the link in the description. All right. So Joe Maldonado, I'm not happy with them. It's been 6 months and still in the 500s. Joe, I would say look at your credit report. Again, you will know your situation better than you. If time is of the essence, go ahead and take a look at your credit report, evaluate your situation, and make the moves that you need necessary, right? But other than that, we'll be more than happy to help you. If you want a second opinion, if you want third or fourth opinion, go ahead and do your research so that way you know exactly what you can expect and what you need from any business you do business with, all right? A critical thinker, is there such a thing as being too old for credit or credit repair? Meaning someone above the age of 65? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. As long as you're in the U.S., the rights that you have doesn't have an age limit. All right. Thanks for asking my medical billing question. You got it, man. Michelle Fletcher, what about being debt free? Michelle, that's a great thing. That's a great feeling. But it really depends on your situation. What are you looking to do? I believe that debt, unlike how Dave Ramsey says, that isn't bad. It's just how you want to look at it or the perspective. A lot of people use debt to make money. What do you think these people buying and flipping homes for? They're using debt to make money. But it really depends on your situation, your circumstances. What do you want out of life? What do you define that as, right? And so debt is not necessarily bad. Debt is bad for people that are spending money on credit cards or loans on things that really doesn't benefit them or making money back. I follow Grant Cardone a lot, right? And I support what he says on the idea that buying a home is a bad idea. To me, buying a home is a liability, right? And not an asset. It's only an asset if it's making you money, right? This is what I believe, and may be different than what you believe. But then again, being debt free is a fantastic thing. You're able to pocket more money. You're able to go a longer way. But it really depends on what you want out of life, right? But other than that, that's my opinion. Everybody's different. But being debt-free is definitely not a bad idea at all. Carmen Hicks, does every letter to the credit bureaus and companies need to be notarized? No, not at all. I would say only specific ones should be notarized. Like, for example, it doesn't need to happen, but when it comes to verifying your identity, like your name, correct name spelling, social, things like that, if you want to go ahead and notarize that, you can do so. If you send something by certified mail and it comes back returned to sender, you might want to notarize that. Things that really need that extra, impact, but no, not necessarily at all. Michelle Smith, hi. Hey, what's up, Michelle? Anthony Farrow, how about inquiries? Can you help remove them? Yes, inquiries are a little bit more difficult to remove. They require a little bit more elbow grease. But other than that, yes, inquiries can be removed. They're treated just the same as an account through an investigative validation process and things like that of that nature, and requesting documentation, maybe points of contacts of individuals who approved who did the inquiry and things like that. There's different levels to everything when it comes to that. But yes, inquiries can be removed. As a matter of fact, anything on a credit report can be corrected or removed because it is subject to the Fair Credit Reporting Act, right? Or the FCRA. Let me see here. Going back up, guys. We got a lot of questions. Gerardo Morales, anybody catch those DREAM Act protesters? Give Pelosi a dose of conservatives. Give from these leftists and nutcases at the colleges. Nope, I didn't see that at all. If you did, I really spent a lot of hours here in the office, so I probably did miss that. But other than that, it is what it is. Michelle, love you too. King Arthur. King Arthur responded back for me. All right, critical thinker to the morons filling the live chat with political nonsense. Please grow up and go away. Yeah, guys, let's try to keep it, for the sake of everybody, let's try to keep it focused on here about personal finance, because at the end of the day, it really doesn't matter who's up there. Everybody's in charge of their own situation. So let's go ahead and get financially savvy and smart when it comes to that, and we'll be able to move forward. So Michelle Smith, hey, King Arthur, if you dispute the debt, ask for the debt sales agreement, which shows you how much the debt buyer paid for them. That they will never provide this to you, and you will win the case in court, guys. Could be. I've talked to some of my attorney friends, and that might be that doesn't hurt to ask for. But again, depends on the situation. So Herman Jacobs, good evening. What's up, man? Rael Tara, thanks. I'm proud of that, and I'm made to learn something I did not know before. Awesome. This is what it's about. Let me see here. Karen Ann, I appreciate the compliment. Thank you. Michelle Smith, okay, cool. Rael Atara, should I pay off the debt to the collection companies? Once it's in collections, or am I able? Hold on, let me read it again. Should I pay off the debt to collections companies, and once in the collections, or am I able to still contact the actual company? So once it's in collections, the actual company or the original creditor is out the question. I wouldn't pay a debt collector. Because what happens is remember, like I said, once you pay a debt collector, yes, it'll get updated as paid on your credit report. But then what ends up happening is it'll get updated as paid, but it'll re-age the account, right? It'll stay paid collections for the next 7 years. And remember, the banks of today with the FICO scoring models that they're using are identifying a collection, a paid collection, whether it's paid or not, as still negatively impacting your score. So if we want to pay some monies for the purposes of increasing your score, you can either hire a credit restoration company like us, or you can do it yourself. It's still going to cost you money, or negotiate what's called a payment for delete, which I highly, it's very, very difficult to get, because again, it requires you to go ahead and admit to the debt, say information that you really don't want to be saying over the phone. So you're really rolling the dice on there. But some collection agencies do it. And if you're a debt collector watching these videos, like some of the ones that have been messaging me on Facebook, I guess because I make their life a little bit difficult, promise you, I guarantee you guys, if you guys want to make more money and close more deals, offer payment for deletions and watch what happens. You get your money, the client gets it off their credit report, everybody's happy, everybody has a good credit, everybody gets paid, and that's pretty much it. Guarantee you, watch what's going to happen. All right. Anthony Farrow, can you help me with inquiry removal on the credit report? Anthony, go ahead and schedule the link in the description below. Go ahead and schedule an appointment here with us, and we'll be more than happy to take a look at it and help you out, man. We don't turn nobody away. Let me see. I dispute and asking for those. How to increase the credit score. How to increase a credit score, there's several factors. Actually, there's 5 factors that make up credit. There's a combination of obviously keeping a strong payment history, right? Payment history is 35% of your score. 30% is the availability of credit, right? How much available credit you have. Also keeping those balances low, right? Under the 30% threshold, and making those payments over time, right? And then obviously there's inquiries, right? Not applying to too much credit, but that's only 10% of your score. Then there's a mixture of credit, right? The banks want to see how diverse your credit portfolio is, right? Credit cards here, maybe a car loan over here, maybe a home loan over here. If you're able to go ahead and manage all those lines of credit correctly without no late payments, banks love to see that, and they'll be more than happy to go ahead and approve you for credit, and your score is going to reflect, right? But we can go ahead and make a more detailed video as to strategies and little ways and what your credit score is made up of. Really simple, straight to the point. It's just a matter of, putting the pieces together. All right. All right. So we got a few questions on here, and guys, 30 minutes is what I usually try to keep this to, right? 30 minutes. And I'm actually a little bit hungry here, so I'm gonna go ahead and get something to eat, come back, take care of some more of you clients. I got some few appointments here left on throughout the day. Actually, we're on the East Coast here, obviously Miami, Florida, so I got appointments here throughout 10, 11 o'clock at night. So I'll be more than happy. Like I said, my promise to you is to take care of you guys and to take care of some of these disputes, help my processing team out. And other than that, guys, I appreciate the love and support. Make sure to stay tuned for the next live video every Wednesday. Make sure to stay tuned for my post asking for questions so we can go ahead and answer some of those questions. Thank you guys so much for all of you guys that have seen me from the beginning and through this evolution that I've been able to go through. But I've been trying to stay busy, trying to stay focused, and looking to always learn a little bit more. Other than that, guys, thank you guys so much for the love and support. Make sure to share, comment, like with your family and friends. And until the next episode on Keeping It Real with Credit, peace. Guys, make sure to schedule your appointment. If you want to talk to me, I'll text you directly. Promise you, you'll have my number, and we'll go ahead and talk. And you'll go away with a nice, creative, solid analysis on your credit. So again, you always leave with something good and positive with us at Team Keeping It Real. So once again, guys, thank you guys so much, and I'll see you on the next episode on Keeping It Real with Credit. Peace. Make sure to sign up for the link.